a European framework to ensure fire safety in buildings. Fire safety in buildings is a concern for all European citizens. We all want to live in a comfortable and safe place. How can a practical framework help to protect citizens? Fire safety in buildings must include these 7 layers. Firstly, all necessary measures should be taken to prevent fire. If it occurs, it must be detected as soon as possible. The manual or automatic equipment to extinguish it should be available and working correctly. If the fire is not extinguished immediately, the first priority is to evacuate occupants to a safe place. Fire compartmentation ensures that a fire and smoke don't spread to other rooms. Even if the fire becomes larger, structural safety must ensure that the building won't collapse on occupants or firefighters. And of course, firefighters should be quickly alerted to secure occupants and avoid further damage. These 7 layers together ensure reliability of the fire safety measures. They must be implemented into national buildings, installations, and organizational requirements for fire-safe buildings, backed by EU standards for products. This is what we call the BIO framework. Buildings requirements covers all things related to the structure, such as evacuation routes, compartmentation, or accesses for firefighters. In complex buildings, fire safety engineering methods can be applied. Installations are equipment that are essential contributors to the fire safety layers, such as smoke detectors, adequate alarm, fire doors, and fire suppression systems. Building and installation requirements are not sufficient without strong organizational measures to ensure a proper enforcement. 1. During the design, ensure the building design meets all the fire safety requirements. 2. During construction, the performance and installation of systems, products, and equipment must be closely verified so that they correspond to the design and fire safety requirements. 3. Inspections of existing buildings are needed to check that maintenance is carried out correctly. In Europe, defining the specific building, installation, and organization requirements is the responsibility of member states to match their construction traditions. Member states must also pay particular attention to the enforcement of the fire safety requirements and compliance of buildings. The EU supports member states via harmonized standards for testing and certifying the performance of fire safety and construction products used in buildings. Applying the holistic 7-layer approach to fire safety of buildings, fully addressing and taking it into account in well-enforced national building, installations, and organizational requirements backed by EU standards, will provide an efficient framework to ensure all EU citizens live in fire-safe buildings.